Welcome everybody to episode number 40 of the Third Son Gaming Podcast. I'm your host Tyler, joined as always by, two of our three co-hosts. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Eugene. Had a baby girl yesterday. He and his girlfriend, new baby girl came in on Friday, 3:20 p.m. Is that correct? Something like that. So
Yeah.
everybody's doing great. Everybody's happy and healthy. So congratulations, and we're
Yep,
glad everybody's doing well.
congratulations.
Yep. Congratulations.
So, all
now
right.
Now the real test. Next 18 to 20.
Yeah. But joining us today, first of all, Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty snizzy, dude. It's a Eugene free Saturday. I mean, can't complain about that.
So it'll be relatively Nintendo free.
Relatively.
Something like that.
Somebody's got to carry the torch.
Yeah. I wonder who that will be.
Well,
Also joining us, Graham, how you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I got a Zelda title to play, so life is good for me right now.
All right. So you can join in on the conversation by heading over to Facebook, joining our Facebook group, Third Son Gaming, and look for our forums, the Third Son Gaming Podcast forums. Take part in the discussion there. You can follow us on Twitter at Third Son Gaming, ThirdSun Gaming, all one word. And you can send us mail at thirdsongaming.com. All right, let's jump into the news. First off, Horizon Zero Dawn, a game that is getting really good reviews right now, and by all accounts, and I haven't played it yet. I'm going to play it probably next weekend, but looks is the best looking console game out there right now. This is PS4's biggest new IP ever. So we're not counting games like Uncharted 4 for launch because that's not a new IP. So, but in the PS4 life cycle, biggest new IP that they've had. So, congrats to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, this game beat out Breath of the Wild in sales in the United Kingdom last week in Breath of the Wild's first week. So, the game's still going strong, doing really well. So, good for them.
Yeah, it's a great game, and to me, I would really like to play it, but right now, like I said, we're just talking about Zelda's out, and next Tuesday, Mass Effect comes out.
Yep.
So for me, this game is going to kind of get lost, but I'm definitely going to make an effort to play it later on, because I've been hearing great things about it. Game looks amazing, and it's got some elements of some of my favorite games, so I definitely want to make sure I get in on this one. But I'm probably just wait for maybe a price drop because I don't need it right now. So
okay.
Yeah, the way things are going, with those price drops, they're at full price for a month, and then boom, they drop down to 45, and then boom, 35. So it wouldn't hurt. I mean, with all that stuff you got going on, to wait a little bit. You are kept in wait anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the flip side of things, not good news for another game that was highly anticipated. Excuse me. For Honor. On Steam, the player base for that game dropped by 50% after the first 2 weeks of release. And to put that in perspective, that is the same amount that the Division's player base dropped by after 2 weeks. That's not good.
Well, this is not an easy game, and there are people out there that are just very intuitive with this kind of game, and they will destroy worlds. I haven't had much luck in PvP because I am not that good at games like Dark Souls and stuff like that. But I mean, it just takes practice, and also the fact that do not forget that they had like a week-long outage for Honor. They rewarded all the stuff back to the players. I did not read all the details on it, but it was the servers were like down for a week. The service or whatever.
Sure.
So that probably soured a bunch of people as well.
Oh, I would think so for sure.
But this game blows the Division out of the water, big time. And there's like the single player is basically the same thing as the multiplayer. They just bring you through the ropes, show you the ropes and everything like that. But the game is just a fight game. Either 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 4 versus 4, whatever it is. So sooner or later people are going to get tired and go play another game. But when they want to pick up a fighting game, they're going to pick up this one. So that's probably has a lot to do with the drop off. Okay. Although I will say that on Twitch, it's still on the front page. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, it's for sure the type of game a lot of people like to watch, I think, and it might have something to do with what you're saying, that it's not easy.
Yeah, it is not easy. Some like I said, for some people, this kind of game comes naturally to them. It does not come naturally to me.
Okay. All right. So Nintendo Switch, Graham, you'll be happy to hear, sold more systems at launch in North America than any other Nintendo system ever has.
Hey.
Wow.
And it also in the UK sold over 80,000 systems, and in Japan over 330,000. And
Now,
one more thing before I let you go. Breath of the
okay.
Wild is the best-selling launch title in Nintendo history. So Graham, gush away.
Well, no, basically, I was just gonna say, I was gonna let people know that Tyler has a Nintendo Switch as well.
I do.
So he's
Yeah.
joined the group with me and Eugene.
Hmm.
And like I said, he just started playing a little bit of Zelda. I'm sure he'll talk about it, but it's good to see him playing it, and I'm sure he's gonna enjoy it.
Hmm.
So,
Naked Link mode. He
Yeah.
didn't have any clothes on.
So I'll talk about that when we get to what we're playing.
Go ahead.
So up next, Ubisoft Massive detail what's to come in the Division Year 2. If you're still playing that game, grinding away on it, it still has a pretty decent player base. I mean, after the initial drop, it does have its loyal following. Nothing like Destiny still has, but
Yeah.
still something there.
well,
Anyway,
I've heard, yeah,
yeah,
people are starting to enjoy it more, and like the
mhm.
updates have made it better, and
Yeah.
some of the DLCs.
In a
So,
way, it's similar to the first Titanfall, where the original game that got released was kind of disappointing because it was basically a skeleton game.
hmm
But the updates they've made and the things that they've done have really improved the experience. And the difference is, I went back to Titanfall and I haven't gone back to this. I just
Yeah.
haven't felt compelled to. But anyway, if you're still playing it or you're thinking about getting back in, 2 new expansions will be coming, and both of them are going to be free. And they're also going to introduce seasons with different challenges and things to accomplish, all that type of thing.
Mhm.
So if you thought about getting back into it, it might be a decent time,
Yeah.
and because it will have a bunch of free content coming in year 2.
But honestly,
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, if I was just in it for the single player and playing with my friends, and not worried about PvP, I would just get Wildlands. It's definitely an
Yeah,
upgrade from
I've heard that single
Division.
player in Wildlands isn't any fun. Like these games are built to play with your friends in co-op.
No,
And
that's what I meant. I meant like non PvP because I'm not even sure if there is PvP in Wildlands right now.
oh, you're talking about like just co-op with
Yeah,
friends,
like the dark no dark zone or whatever. Yeah, yeah, but
okay, yeah. Then absolutely, I agree. Wildlands, from what I hear, is just a blast to play with 3 of your
yeah.
friends.
hmm
Yep.
So,
Did you see Raz's video he put up there on the
no, I didn't.
yeah, his group he was with. He was sitting there, and one of them fell out of the truck. They were trying to go. They were trying to go up this hill, and fell off the truck and got ran over. So before he revived him, the medic goes up and teabags the hell out of the guy for like 5 minutes, and then revives him.
Nice. I'll tell you, the one thing that's held me back from purchasing this game is that I'm not convinced that we'll have 4 people constantly to play. And that's the thing. I don't want to get into that mode where you're playing a game like that's how Destiny was at first.
Yeah,
That it's meant to be played with other people, and you're
right.
just roaming around by yourself, and that's boring.
Here's the thing, though.
And
You're not running around by yourself in this game. I was watching Shorty play the pre-release or the beta or whatever it was, and
yeah,
he was playing by himself because nobody else, Lyric or whoever, wasn't
mm,
on. And you have a computer AI that will play with you, and you can set each
oh yeah,
individual person to how you want them to play.
oh yeah, because
You know?
I want 5 and 7 in a shooter.
It didn't look
That's
They'll be
it didn't
shooting
look
each
that
other.
terrible,
yeah.
you know.
I no,
So,
I'd want to play it with other people.
oh yeah, me
I
too.
very much enjoy that, and I just the thought of doing it in that setting just by yourself with
Yeah.
even with AI, I'd rather just go do Titanfall or Battlefield,
Yeah,
honestly.
but
And
but
so
all I'm saying is you don't have to Grambo it, you know.
I know. But anyway, speaking of Destiny, we brought it up. Age of Triumph, the final live event for Destiny 1, as we'll call it, starts on March 28th. And it brings back all the raids, and it adjusts them for light levels. So if you're at the highest light level now, it's going to be adjusted. So even the Vault of Glass, the first raid, will be challenging for you. Weekly raids and raid challenges that offers special exotic rewards after completing them will also be introduced, and a new record book for each class. And I got out of this, I think, before record books became a thing, so I'm not even really sure what it is, but I know people are really excited for it. A new record book for each class. That's 13 pages each for each class, and I guess that's the longest one they've had. So
Now is this double spaced? Like I don't know,
I don't
13
know.
pages. I'm not sure what that
And
means.
what font are we talking here?
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I don't know. But I know this still has a pretty good player base, and there's a lot of people excited for Destiny 2. And surprisingly, the community took the news of not having your weapons and everything carrying over pretty well. So I think Destiny 2 set up to be a huge launch this fall and get people back into it. And it should be a more complete experience because they're talking about having a more complete story.
Now,
Yeah.
do we have a
And
release date for Destiny
no,
2?
no, and I think we'll see it.
So,
We'll
what do
see
you
a
think with
release.
Scorpio? Or
I think
you
it's coming out in November. I
okay?
do.
That's your prediction.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised if we got this game before then, and I think we'll get a release date at E3. So
Okay.
that would be my guess.
So, just a little bit off topic.
Mhm.
How many games do you think we'll get with launch of the Scorpio, like that they would aim for?
If it's close to the Scorpio launch, I think it'll be just by chance. I don't think that because they have a deal with Sony actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But or at least they did for Destiny 1. That doesn't mean that
Yep.
that can't change.
Yeah, because
So-
basically, I'm just wondering if they would delay maybe like a release to make it coincide with the
They-
Scorpio,
They
so they
won't
don't.
because the way Phil Spencer was on Podcast Unlocked 2 weeks ago and talked about this. And basically, what he said is there's not going to be like a special version of a game for Scorpio versus a version of a game for, the 1S.
Mhm.
That's all going to be the same thing. It's just that it's going to recognize that you're running it on a better machine.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like when you buy a game on PC, right? You're not buying a different game
Right.
Yeah.
because you have a better rig. It just performs a lot better,
Okay.
right? And so it'll be the same type of thing here.
But like, what about like a tie-in game that will launch with the console? Like
I
some
think
people
it-
keep
I think
saying Halo 6.
It'll have to be a first party.
Yeah.
And I don't think, as much as I'd love to get these, that's not the type of game that's really going to show off that system.
Hmm.
You need,
You know what I would like to see?
what's up?
Remember Gold Crimson Skies?
Yeah,
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad one to.
it wouldn't. I'm not sure that's a big enough title to really captivate people, but I see what you're saying, and I think that game would look awesome.
Yeah.
I think you need a Halo 6. You need something like that because we know Forza is going to come out in September. It always does.
Yeah.
And we've already gotten Halo Wars 2.
Mm-hmm.
But they have. I think it's going to be Crackdown 3. Honestly, I think that's going to be I think that's the safe bet for
Yeah.
the title that launches alongside that really shows it off. But fingers crossed for Halo 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Makes sense.
So, yep. All right, PS4 firmware update 4.50. We talked about that a few episodes ago, but it's now out. It offers custom backgrounds, external hard drive support. Finally,
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to 2007.
notification menu updates and 3D support for PSVR. And what that means is if you're watching a 3D Blu-ray through the headset, through your console, through the headset, it'll pick up 3D and show that. So
That's
Very
pretty
cool.
yeah, that's kind of cool. Outlast 2 has gotten a release date. This is a game I'm actually really looking forward to. It's probably my second most anticipated horror game of the year, next to Friday the 13th, if we ever
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
But April 25th on Xbox One, PS4, and PC for Outlast 2. And it looks very different than the first one, and different in terms of scope. You're able to go lots of different places and do different things. So, really looking forward to that. And then finally, this week, Conan Exiles
Nice.
will be missing one unique feature on Xbox One.
Uh-oh.
And what that is when you go in and customize your character, and people notice this, and it actually it kind of went viral, and it increased the popularity of the game and increased sales of the game and all these things. When you go in and create your character, you have sliders for creating like arms and whatever, for how the player
Yes.
looks. They had
Yes.
one for male genitalia.
Yes.
No way.
That was actually represented in the cloth that covers you as you change.
Yep.
Microsoft has said that's not happening on Xbox One.
What about the boobs though?
I don't know, but I just know that one is not happening on Xbox One, and because let's be honest, here in
Yes.
here in America, it would be a meltdown. And I'm not sure. Sony hasn't said anything, but I can't imagine that Japan would be too excited about it either. Where Europe, where
Yeah.
everything is a little more laid back, I guess.
Yeah, I was watching watching the videos on Twitch with the foot-long sacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, because you know what everybody's going to do, right? It's like every teenager that gets the game.
Foot-long sacks.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's exactly what it's going to be. But I saw that story and I just kind of laughed at it. So wanted to share that with everybody out there as well, just in case you had your heart set on getting it for Xbox One and making that adjustment. So
I am definitely looking forward to that game, though.
yeah, it looks really good. Aside from this, it looks really
Yes.
good. So
Yes.
all right, everyone, that's going to do it for news this week. Grant, let's turn over to you. What can we get new in stores this week?
Well, we have a few worthy mentions, but nothing in the realm of AAA titles. We have releasing on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, Styx, Shards of Darkness. Now, this game releases on March 14th for all systems. And also releasing on the 14th for all 3 systems, we have Death Squared. Now, sticking with the 14th, for PS4, we have Star Trek Bridge Crew and Danganronpa 1-2 Reload.
Wait, that's Star Trek Bridge Crew. That's the VR title, right?
Yep.
That we were talking about. That game actually looked kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure how much replayability there is, but it looked fun.
Yeah, it seems like that thing where people come over and you get to try it out and experience and stuff like that. But like I said, replayability, I kind of agree with you on that. But it might have different updates, different scenarios. So hopefully they keep supporting it and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks cool. But we'll see. And we actually have a couple new releases this week for the Wii U. Yes, you heard me right. New releases
Dun-dun.
and Wii U in the same sentence. Now, the first of the two is Blue Collar Astronaut. Now, this game is also available for PC, and they're both releasing on the same day of the 14th. Now, the second Wii U release of the week is Double Breakout 2, and that game will be released on March 16th. Now, for the 17th, we have Kona, which releases for both PS4 and Xbox One. And other titles...
That game looks interesting, by the way.
Yeah, give us some information on that.
So, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's set in like 1970s Canada. And it's like a murder mystery. So it looks a little point and clicky.
Yeah.
Kind of like your Gone Home type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks interesting, and the setting looks really cool.
Cool.
So, yeah, and Graham, I figured you'd be all over it because it's Canada, you know. And
yeah.
Stuff.
Canada never gets any time in the spotlight, except for when I'm in it, but that's besides the point.
Sure.
Now, other titles being released on the 17th, we have Nero Voider for Xbox One. Now, this one I'm kind of excited for. I'm probably going to get this one. Is The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's definitely would be a good buy.
Yeah, and Nier Automata for PC. Now, that one was already released on, I'm not sure both systems, but anyways, it's coming out to PC, so I'm sure people are looking for that. So, I don't know about you, Tyler. What do you think about Binding of Isaac Afterbirth? You going to pick that one up?
It's interesting. I'm not sure. I might. We'll see. You know, Zelda strikes me as a game that I'm going to be investing quite a bit of time into before I finish it. So I think I'll be happy with just that for now. But we'll see as time goes. I think probably the next game I'll buy is Mario Kart, honestly.
Yeah, that one's coming up relatively soon. So
Yeah, I got a deal on that too.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll hear from Mike pretty soon here because that's all I have for new releases.
All right, so I want to ask you guys, have you heard of the game Old Time Hockey?
No.
No.
So this is coming like either end of March or before the end of April. I can't remember which one it was. But this is it's meant to be everything that the EA NHL game isn't. So it's
Good.
not
No,
it's not it's not simulation style at all. It's much more arcadey. And it's based on 1970s hockey. So there's like violence warnings on the box.
Oh, nice.
And all this stuff, and you can win by hurting enough people on the other team that they can't ice a team anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
So, obviously this will be an arcade title, but I saw it the other day, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys because I know you like your hockey games. So
yeah, and it's nice to get away from the serious hockey every once in a while and just go mess around on the ice and play hockey a different way. Like even when they had that 3-on-3, like that game was hilarious to play.
Yep, that was fun to play too. So looking forward to that. But anyway, Mike, let's turn it over to you to see what we can save money on.
All right. Well, as usual, we have what's free for this month for Xbox Games with Gold. Layers of Fear is still available right now.
Good game.
We're also going to be having Evolve coming up. Borderlands 2 for the 360 is now available, and Heavy Weapon will be later in the month. And we jump over to the PS4. What's free right now is Tearaway Unfolded, Under Night in Birth, Earth Defense Force 2025, and Lumo. So that's pretty much what you got for the freebies for this month. As far as the weekly deals for both systems go, you can go to Major Nelson's blog, or you can go to store.playstation.com to check those out. But there are some nice deals for the Xbox as far as the outside world goes. A 12-month EA Access subscription is only $22.69 via CD Keys right now.
Wow,
Yep.
that's a hell of a
Wait,
deal.
say that again?
12-month EA Access subscription is only
Okay.
$22.69 via
Okay.
CD Keys.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure Plants vs Zombies 2 is about to hit the EA
Vault.
Access.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's $8 right now via Amazon.
Yep.
Yep. All right. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition is $30, or sorry, 23. GCU Best Buy right now. That's pretty good. Xbox One 1 terabyte console Gears of War bundle is down to $239.99 at Newegg.
Hmm.
So that's like $50 cheaper if you must have a 1 terabyte internal. Battlefield 1 Deluxe Edition is $30.49 via Amazon. I know somebody who would have liked to have that.
Yeah.
Halo Wars is $40 at Rush Hour Wholesaler via eBay. They seem to have a pretty strong reputation. 12 months of Xbox Live is $50 via Best Buy right now. Forza Horizon 3's Duracell GTA Spano DLC is free right now via the Xbox Store. And Xbox One wireless controller, black with Bluetooth, 3.5 millimeter port, is $39 via Walmart right now, and that's a hell of a freaking deal for a controller.
I might have to jump on that one because
Yeah, you might, Captain Destructo.
apparently, yeah.
My right stick is broken. My left stick is broken. Yeah.
Listen,
You're
that's
pretty
how I play
brutal on
hockey, man.
controllers.
I play
You're
with heart.
Brutal on your controllers.
Sometimes heart just hurts controllers.
Yeah. Well, that's a hell of a deal, and then I know that I know somebody that can get an extra 10% off of that. So that's a pretty good deal. Let's see here. Unravel is $5 via Amazon. If you do not have EA access, definitely pick that up because that is a really good game, and $5 is pretty much giving
Yep.
it.
That's like 2 coffees, and this game is well worth $5.
Yep. And the last one I got for Xbox here is Dragon Age Inquisition. Game of the Year Edition is only $13.27 via Amazon. It is free to play on EA Access, but the Game of the Year Edition comes with all of the DLC, and I do not believe the one on Access has all the DLC.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah, but seriously, $13.20 for that game. That game lasted me probably 60-something hours. You know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a great game. I don't know if I bought it or I just got off from EA Access, but
Yeah.
I tried it. It looks interesting for sure.
Right. All right. So, $10 PlayStation Store gift card, $8 for promo code PSN4 via the Switch app. New customers only. Wasteland 2 Director's Cut is $19.99 at PlayAsia. Wasteland 2 was supposedly a really, really, really good sequel to Wasteland 1, which was way back on the Commodore 64 and stuff like that. Let's see here. Hitman, the complete first season is $30 at the PlayStation Store. That's not bad. Fallout 4 is $15 at Best Buy.
That's a great deal.
Yeah. Hitman Intro Pack, whatever that is $7.49, 50% off at the PlayStation Store. Madden's only $20 right now on PAN, whatever that is. Oh, PSN, sorry. They wrote it wrong.
My God.
They wrote it wrong.
What is this pan thing?
Yeah, I'm like, PAN. I'm like, that's got to be one of those small websites or something. I know.
First name Peter.
Yep. Last name Butter. Let's see here. Unravel is $4.99 at Amazon as well for this one. And there isn't much else right now. Pretty much Horizons is Zero Dawn is, taking up all their money. Nintendo Switch launch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 20% off if you have Amazon Prime right now. So,
Now, when does that come out though? That's not available yet.
no, it's still in pre-order.
Okay, for pre-order.
Yeah. Walmart US, Samsung 128 gigabyte micro SD XC EVO card, 3488 for all you Switch people out there. That's not bad at all. Um, Amazon Prime now has the Switch back in stock out of San Antonio. So, Nintendo Switch Pro controller, $69. It's not a deal.
No, that controller's
Oh, that's a
expensive.
restock.
I don't know how they
That's a
justified.
restock. That's a restock. Check military bases near you. Plenty of stock available. And that's pretty much it for Switch. There's not a lot of deals right now.
Okay. Let's go to what we've been playing. Who'd like to go first?
You can go first, Tyler.
Okay. So, I've been playing NHL 17.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Played a little Battlefield 1 this week. I don't think I got to Titanfall 2 this week. And that's about it. Actually, no. Graham's going to hold me to this.
I will.
So, I did set up this morning the Nintendo Switch. And I agree with what Eugene said last week, that it's just a really simple, it's a very basic
Yeah.
UI.
Yeah.
It's a Zelda system right now, basically.
Yeah. And then I fired up Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And so disclaimer, I've never finished a Zelda game. There are many, many, many Zelda games that I've never even started. So I'm not attached to the series in any way that's going to make me biased. So I went in with open mind though. I'm excited about a new system and see what I can do. I'll say this, I guess. Sometimes you can just tell when you're playing something that's really special, and this is it.
Special.
I mean, just in the way that it's just a cut above other games.
Mm-hmm.
And this just is.
Doesn't the physics just blow you away in that game?
The gameplay is great. It is very responsive. I've had no problems basically doing anything. The biggest problem is that the damn A button is where the B button should be. And that's been an issue. So whenever they're like, press A, I'm like, A. And that's apparently the back button.
Yeah, I've screwed up a few times doing some stuff too, so.
I'll say this, the game for not being, up to... not the game, for the system not being up to par in terms of graphics and everything in 2017, the game is gorgeous. The game looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
The enemies, and I've only put an hour in, so I'm an hour into the game.
You just scratched the surface, yeah.
Yeah. Enemies are pretty easy to defeat so far.
So far.
Yeah.
I'm saying so far right now.
Yeah. And there are times where I guess my only knock is I'm not even sure why they appear when they do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It seems very random.
Mm. But
other than that, the game looks great. It feels great to play. It's I've become accustomed, I guess, to the Switch controller and just the feel of it pretty quickly. And I haven't tried it in the portable mode yet, and I'll do that later.
I was just going to ask you that. So you just had it into dock mode?
Yeah, I just had it in dock mode. But I gotta say, I mean, I am very optimistic about what this system can do. And not from a sense of breaking barriers of technological advances. That's not going to be what the system does. The system's going to make it so that we can play in different ways than we did before.
Yeah.
And, you can take in, and actually the graphics are better just in portable mode than they are on the screen, on the TV screen.
But even on the TV screen, when I see it, sometimes I'm like, I can't believe this is actually a Nintendo game. Because the graphics is comparable to Xbox One and PS4. It really is. So I don't know if it's just a type of game. It just works.
It's comparable to them for now.
Yes, for now.
You go fire up Horizon and then tell me the same thing.
Well, I would like to
Yeah.
because that would be a good comparison. But even
Right.
still, like I know the power of the machine itself. That PS4 should be so much better than Nintendo Switch. But actually playing it and watching it on my TV, it looks beautiful. Like
Well,
it's the
here's
landscaping
here's
and
the thing
everything.
though. Developers had to develop for both systems, for PS4 and Xbox One, and let's face it, and people love to say we lean Xbox here, and maybe true, maybe not, but we're not Xbox like cheerleaders. And I'll say two things. One, Xbox One had the lower, performance in terms of graphics, in terms of processor and all those things,
Hmm.
and developers had to develop to that
Yep.
and make sure it was functional, and that's why we saw like 900p on Xbox One and 1080p on PS4.
Yeah.
You know,
But then
and then well,
Fallout
hang
4
on,
was a game that ran better
yeah,
on Xbox compared to
yeah,
PS4.
yeah. And there are exceptions to that, but they're few and far between. But
Yes.
hang on, I'm not done knocking Xbox yet. I just want to make sure for
Okay.
all the people out there that say we're like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders for Xbox that we're not. So I think, and Mike, I meant to say this when you were going through deals.
Mm.
I think putting out Evolve as a free game is such a cop out.
Mm.
And this is a game that's no longer being supported.
Mm.
There's not going to be a sequel. This
Yeah.
is just put in something else like that core game or whatever it was. Even if it's that, cool.
Yeah.
But don't do a game that's just dead and buried
Yeah.
at this point. And yeah, I get you're trying to breathe some life into the game, but the game's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like the game came out 6 months ago and needs some life breathed into it. The game came out over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. And they've
Yeah.
already stopped. They've already stopped supporting it. They've long since stopped supporting it, and I just think that's, I don't know. I expect a little more than that, and like it. And let me rephrase. I don't expect more because I'm the first one to say we shouldn't be entitled when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to this stuff. But don't don't put out a game like Evolve and then say we're giving you AAA titles. No, you're not. You're giving us
Yeah.
a game that's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just be consistent with what you're beating your chest about. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I've put maybe an hour, maybe a little more into Zelda. And sorry if you guys are hearing this ding in the background here. This is actually our Facebook group chiming in and submitting questions as we go here.
Well, that's good. We
That
we
we'll get
want
to in just
questions,
a
so
second. Oh no,
submit
you
those
no,
questions.
you don't want this one.
Oh.
Because you know where it came from. So anyway, that's what I've been playing. Which one of you would like to go next?
Go ahead, Mike.
Let's see here. Like I said, for some reason fired up the Stick of Truth about a week and a half ago, and I'm almost done with it now. So I'm finishing up that. Started up Shadow of Mordor. Let's see what else. Skate 3. Been playing a little bit of that as well. NHL 17. Beyond that, I've been binge watching a couple of shows, and it's pretty much what I've been doing.
Cool, Graham.
Okay, well, first I'm gonna update because last week I didn't get to say what games I was playing because we kind of went off on a tangent talking about Legend of Zelda and the Switch. But I started playing, well, getting back into Shadow of Mordor because the new one's coming out. So, Shadow of War. So I figured I might as well get in on this, finish this game because it's a great game. And I actually finished it. I completed it. I didn't do everything in it, but I completed a lot of the game, and I finished the main quest. And the game is great. I'm excited for Shadow of War. I'm glad that I got this one finished. So now, if the story continues, I'm not lost or I'm not like trying to catch up or feel like I missed out. And besides that, I've been playing NHL 17, and we've actually been doing really good. Been enjoying it. Uh, and of course, I've been playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Switch. So basically, this all I've been doing. A few times I've stopped and played NHL 17, but since the Switch has been out and Zelda, I've been playing it. Still loving the game. Still getting blown away by certain things in the game. And it basically, some of the puzzles and stuff, there's more than one way to solve it. So it's not like you have to come up with this idea. So basically, you know how physics work and stuff like that. So if you have something in your arsenal as far as weapons or something else, you can use it to solve puzzles in different ways. And I find the game is really good. I've been hunting moose right now, which is great. I don't want to get into too much about spoiling it, but the game is awesome, and I finished 2 dungeons, and I'm hoping to get some more time in it, and hopefully finish by Mass Effect, or be to the point where I can just leave it for a while because I don't want to be fighting between the two. And if anything, I'll just set Mass Effect to the side and say, okay, I'm gonna wait till I'm finished before I get into it, because I don't want to be jumping between two, because that's just gonna be a mess. So, and that's basically it. Fallout Shelter, I've been jumping in every once in a while, but I haven't been putting any straight hours. I just like check in, collect resources. And usually there's a Deathclaw attack, so I got to deal with that. So and that's about it for me.
All right. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, let's move into questions. We do have a few this week. So, starting off, we'll go in order. So nobody thinks there's any favoritism, Stephen. But leading us off will be Stephen Wiseman. Are you guys getting tired of game developers adding fluff to their games to pad the length of games? So think collectibles in Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, etc. What do you guys think?
Man, it doesn't bother me any. It doesn't.
Don't bother you?
No.
See, sometimes, especially for people that are completionists,
Yeah.
sometimes when there's just too much, and it's like, really, I got to do this and this and this. And Assassin's Creed is a good example, because at one point you get tired of trying to collect all the music notes or all this, and there's just too much. If it's just like one thing to collect, it wouldn't be so bad. But I think there was like 3 or 4 different things to collect in Black Flag. But having said that, about the music, the one thing I liked about that is when you would catch them all, when you'd be sailing out to sea, the pirates would sing songs, different songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was one good thing about it. But yeah, I think there is too much of this, and not only that, they put some things in like ridiculously hard spots where you will not look. So, and games are long enough as it is now, just going through the quest. So if you're just running around spending 5-6 hours just trying to find this one damn thing, then it kind of gets annoying. So for that reason, I would say yes. But in other games where they make you like explore, like Legend of Zelda, for example, there's over 100 shrines. And I'm looking forward to finding all of them. Hopefully I can before I end up leaving the game. But yeah, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Huh? Mike, any thoughts?
Like I said, no, I don't mind it at all. I mean, in this day and age, you can just go on the internet and find the pieces you're missing. You know. So I agree with Graham. Sometimes they make them a little ridiculous to get to. That kind of annoys me. But having that option to do that, as long as the amount that you have to get is not out of control, in my opinion, 100 shrines is a lot of shrines.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot, actually. Yeah.
So that might be overdoing it a bit. The ones I do not like are the ones that when you're like in story mode, kind of like Stick of Truth, where you have one chance to within a certain certain part of the story to get a friend request or whatever it is or a collectible, where you can never get it again.
Right.
And that kind of sucks, because then who wants to play the game over again to get all the things?
Yeah.
So as long as they're always available, I don't mind it at all.
Mm-hmm. Sure, and the game that sticks out to me here when I saw this question was Gears of War, like with all the little cog tags that are hidden around and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It can be annoying, but you don't have to do it.
No, you don't.
So you can go and just go through the main story and not worry about it, and it's going to tie into our next question a little bit, but yeah, you have total choice about whether you're going to do it or not. So. Let's get into our next question, though, because it does kind of tie in. Someone named Eugene Beaver.
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
You can't just stay away from one.
He can't.
Leave us alone.
Send his questions, still taking part in the show. By the way, he's not entered in the giveaway competition, so he just sent in this question. But how important are trophies/achievements for you in video games? I love collecting gamer score and increasing my level on PSN and would like something on the Switch, but I also think that might hinder my gameplay experience. What do you guys think?
See, I was thinking the same thing. It could hinder your experience. Because, like, I'm doing things on Zelda, right? And I'm like, this would probably be achievement on Xbox. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I like that. I don't know. Like, they're telling me, okay, you have to do this. Like, it gives me more freedom to do what I want. So it's not like, okay, I need to cook this meal 10 times to get this
Yeah.
achievement.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that I'm not kind of controlled, that I can do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did they say? Oh, about gamer score.
Yeah.
So this is a thing where I kind of got to choose one main console to be my console.
Yeah.
Because I own a PS4 and I own an Xbox. I've had Xbox a lot longer, and that was the first system I got, and it started contributing to a gamer score. So now when a game comes out like Mass Effect Andromeda, it might look better on the PS4, but then I'll just get trophies. It won't be contributing to my gamer score. So when it's a game where it comes out on both systems, well, I'm leaning towards Xbox just for gamer score. So if I'm going to put in the time and all that to collect things or get certain achievements, I want to be rewarded by a number score to go towards my gamer tag.
Mm-hmm.
So for that reason, yeah, I like going for it, and that's where I'm kind of divided between PS4 and Xbox One. So basically now I just use my PlayStation for exclusives
Yeah.
like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn and games like that.
And Graham, that's the exact same reason that I do the same thing. It's not that, I have like this undying, loyalty to Microsoft or Xbox. It's that that's where I started playing. I started building a gamer score. Now I'm at like 106,000,
Nerd.
whatever. Um, and I and I just feel like I've invested so much time into that platform and games on that platform that I want to keep playing there. Now that doesn't mean I don't want to play PS4 or PS4 games. I do. So I have a PS4 and I play the exclusives there and I enjoy them. Um, it might be the same thing too, where if there's a type of game that comes out that's like super hard to get exclusives in, and Eugene actually touched on this in the second part of his question, which I didn't read, but games where it's going to be really hard to get all the trophies or achievements, and how you might put those off. For me, I might consider getting that type of game on PS4. If I
Yeah.
know that there's 300 achievement points that are like doable, and then there's another 700 that are like nearly impossible.
Yeah, or a
You
game that
know,
you're not going to try to get all the trophies or
yeah,
achievements, right? So you're like, well, I might as well just play it on PlayStation if I don't care about getting all the achievements.
yeah. But I think achievements are great. And trophies. I think they give you a reason to keep playing a game
I like
after
the
you
number
finish it.
value better though, if I had to
I
choose
do too.
between.
I do
Because
too.
if I look at it, well, I don't really understand the whole trophy thing, but I like how numbers are put to
Mhm.
certain ones.
Mike's using the highway rule, of course. Like anybody who has more gamer score in terms of nerd, and
Don't be butthurt.
and but it's cool to see that and see the time you put in, and at least they're at the million something like the one dude. Um,
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Actually, there's like two or three now that I think have broken a million gamer score on Xbox Live, but
Yeah.
but I
And
agree.
sorry, I'll
Yeah,
add one more thing. Is talking about the Switch too. Like, I think it's too late into like Nintendo for people to start building on that, because no one's really going to care about it. I don't think it's in my opinion. But then it still comes down to what system are you going to play the game on more. But like to me, Nintendo doesn't seem to be that like a competitive system. It's more about enjoying the
mhm.
game instead of like, well, I got a
Well,
higher gamer score than you did, or something like that, or I got more achievements than you.
well, the grandma was going to say the last piece of my answer on that was going to be there's something to be said though for just playing the game to enjoy the game, and when there's no achievements to go hunt or whatever, it's easier to do that. So I think for Switch, let it be
Yep.
and just leave it alone. Mike, what are your thoughts other than nerd?
Get over it. Jesus.
Nerd.
God, hit a string with that one. I think it's 100% personality. You got your achievement hunters out there, and you got your people out there that just don't care. It's just how the person is. I've gone from one end of the spectrum to the other. I just hit 70K not too long ago.
Nerd.
No,
Yeah,
no,
nerd.
not
I can
quite.
call you a nerd because you're
Not
way higher
quite.
than me.
Um, um, it really is just personality. I went from being, I can't play a game without having achievements to I don't give a crap to now I just play the game all the way through. Minus like sports games. All the sports games I don't even try because some of them are just stupid.
And you got to
Uh,
play every mode, even if you don't like
right.
them.
Yeah.
I'll play a game through, and then after the main story's done or whatever, I'll look up what's available to do, and then I'll just go through and do them, if they're not out of control, and then put the game away. So I usually I get like 500 to 700 when I actually complete a game. So that's pretty much my take on it. It's very much,
Yeah.
like I said, very much personality.
Are any of you
Yeah.
guys like total completionists where it's like you have to get so many achievement points in a game before you can put it away?
No.
No.
I'm not either. If I have a good time with the game and I get 350 achievement points out of it, cool.
Yeah.
If I
Like,
get 900, awesome. I'm not
mhm.
gonna like beat myself up trying to get that last whatever.
Yeah.
To the point where it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, like Fallout 3 would be the game probably where I get the higher gamer score and the most achievements. And like I've tried to get every one, but at one point you're gonna have to go on like YouTube or Google or something like that to help you out.
Mm.
Because I played the living crap out of that game, and some things like the behemoths or something, like there's probably five of them, and I think I only saw one, so I don't know where they're hiding and stuff like that. That's like what I like about the replayability of Fallout, because all that time I spent into it, I still missed out on a few achievements.
Have
And then
you?
there's some of those achievements where you can save and like kind of cheat, right?
Mm,
Like with karma, you can go back and do all bad stuff, so your karma goes down when you reach a
yeah,
level, because that's how some
Yeah.
achievements were.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you gotten 1,000 in any games, Graham?
In Fallout, I think with the DLCs, I got almost 1,500,
Okay.
Yeah.
so that would be my highest.
So like,
But I haven't reached 1,000 very often, no.
yeah. I mean, I got it in like Fight Night Round 3. That was an easy 1,000.
Yeah.
And Fable 3 maybe.
King
Yeah.
Kong.
And then the what's it called? Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like the
Yeah.
easiest 1,000 ever. You just like keep mashing buttons for like 3 minutes and you have 1,000 achievement points.
Wow.
Seriously, that's what it is, and that's why that game on 360 was still because that game got released in like 2006,
Yep.
and that's why that game was still like $40 at GameStop because it was an easy 1,000.
Tyler?
Yeah.
Was that you that went autistic about your gamer score and had to get it on an even number?
Yes,
Nerd.
because
It had to be an
no,
even
for a
number.
while it ended with like a 3.
Stay away
and I
from
hated
threes.
that.
Stay
It's
away
got to
from
be
game
like
threes.
0 or 5.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. Let's keep moving.
It's a little bit
Uh,
OCD there.
Evangeline Gale.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think open world games will change after Breath of the Wild going forward, and what would you want open world developers to learn? I think it's probably a better question for Graham.
That's
I
good.
would say almost climb anywhere. Like I think I made reference to this where Tomb Raider, where you're like, okay, I can climb this wall no trouble, but this wall over here, I can't climb, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason why shouldn't be able to climb that wall.
Yeah.
With Zelda Breath of the Wild, the only times they don't let you do that is when you're in the shrines, just because they want you like to do puzzles and stuff. Like if you
Yep.
can climb every wall, then it just kind of takes away from the puzzling. So I really like that idea. If I thought harder, I would think of other ideas. The physics is actually amazing, and the fact, like I was saying, how you can solve puzzles in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see games implement that, like let people have more freedom to do stuff. But I know games are going that way. But I think if people play Breath of the Wild, they'll see some things where, oh, maybe we should incorporate this in our game just to make it a little better.
Sure.
Um, I am an open world game person, especially sandbox ones, especially online ones. I like the ability to build stuff. I like the ability just to do whatever I want to do. I don't have to do the main story. I can go out there and pick berries and make fruit punch if I want to. It's just the amount of options that you have.
Like
You
Stardew
know,
Valley, would you say that one?
sure. That's kind of actually it's not it's that one's kind of structured. I'm
Yeah.
talking more like an Ark. You know,
Okay, yeah.
you can take away the the PvP and stuff like that, but I built myself a fortress on on a cliff right next to the water, and then I took all of these pillars and put them all the way around as far as I could to keep people away from me, and then I would just keep building stuff and building stuff and building stuff, and I like that. I like that a lot. And then I mean, games like Ark, like the old Star Wars Galaxies. Let me think. What else is out there? This Lego Worlds that just came out is looking pretty promising. I'm gonna get my hands on that.
Mhm.
You know, I don't think that I have not heard anything about Breath of the Wild that sounds revolutionary that hasn't been done before. So, a lot of things have already been done before. I mean, let's face it, it's 2017. I think a good mix of sandbox, open world, and reasons to do things is what would make the best open world game.
Mhm.
Another one I just came up with is exploration. Like other games might have done this, but where you can do the paraglider, like climb a mountain and just like paraglide somewhere else. I've never seen that in another game. I'm not saying it doesn't exist,
Just
but
Cause.
It was in another game, Graham. It's called Steep.
that's a great.
It's in Just Cause.
Yeah, okay. I've never played that game, so.
Yeah, there's a few games that you can do that in.
Well, I figure there is, right? But I think that's a great feature.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
I'm gonna abstain from this one because I haven't played enough of Breath of the Wild to see what sets it apart. But and you guys are both more open world players than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Finally,
Nerd.
back to the infamous Stephen Wiseman.
Wow.
By the way, this question does not count as an entry because he's trolling. Um, which one of you is the worst in NHL 17? It's obviously not me since I have a 10-point game.
Shall we
Wow.
talk about your last game last night? Shall we?
Mike, let's talk about his last game last night because I don't think I got to experience that.
He got butthurt over the Ducks losing, went all quiet, and then in his last game, two spectacular moves. I'm trying to get down back on defense, and he comes flying across the ice and smashes into me and stops me dead in my tracks. They score. Then I am wide open for a cross crease, and he passes it at a 45-degree angle back to the opposite team, which then goes back and scores the winning goal.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
I would
Right.
say the handicap of the team is red.
So, Graham, your thoughts?
Oh, I would say that'd be Mike for sure.
So, I would just say we have video evidence of someone on our own team scoring on our own goal, both with a goalie and without.
But you
who
have to.
who who would that be?
Why are we? Why are we crucifying me for bad game mechanics? What about when I get you guys to puck every single time we go in the offensive zone and somebody gets a shot off? Unlike some people. Mm-hmm.
Well, you did have a 10-point game.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, we know this is not going to lead to anywhere good. Friendships might get broken up here.
They're not gonna get. This is just a bunch of shit talking. Freaking last night, Tyler, I swear to God, I didn't know if you were falling asleep or if you had a 2 second lag.
No,
I,
that was a little laggy. I wasn't falling asleep.
the little laggy is an understatement.
Yeah.
That
So,
dance you did in the middle of even the computer hated it so much he passed it back to you.
I didn't score my own goal though, did I?
Well, you have.
No, there's no video proof of that.
Oh, it's because it happens so often.
Uh-huh.
You guys, I swear to God.
Alrighty.
So, anything else, gentlemen?
No,
See
Steve's
ya.
off the team.
Yeah, if with Eugene gone, I could like pay for less bandwidth to get us
I know.
published every month.
This
So,
is true, eh?
a little bit shorter episode this week, everybody, but we'll be back next week with Eugene, so don't worry, we'll make up for it. And until then, I just want to thank everybody for listening to episode number 40. And now begins the march to episode 50 in 1 year of doing this. So,
Wow.
thank you everybody for listening to episode number 40. We'll be back next week with episode number 41. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and play some good games. We'll talk to you next week.
Nerd.
Play Zelda.